You have two options for accessing Ansys. You can run it locally by downloading the free student version and installing it on a Windows machine. This is the recommended option. If you're a Mac user or don't have access to a Windows computer, you also have the access of running Ansys in the cloud. And Ansys would run remotely on an Amazon server, and the output would be streamed to your screen. One thing to keep in mind with the remote option is that Ansys is running on the remote server, and all the data is also being saved on the remote server. You have to make a conscious effort to download the data from the remote server to your local machine. Because once you exit the server or you get kicked out because of inactivity for an hour or so, you lose all the data on the remote machine. And so if you do not download your project to your local machine before you exit the server, you're going to lose all your work. And I've had this happen to students. And they get, as you can imagine, it's really frustrating, and you pull out your hair and you end up looking something like me, and I'm not recommending that. One other thing to keep in mind is that it can take, once you start Ansys on the remote machine, it can take about a couple of minutes for the machine to spin up and launch Ansys. So you have to be a little bit patient. And sometimes you may get a message saying no streaming resources or something to that effect. In that case, it means that it has to, spin up an additional server, and so check back in about half hour or so, and you should be able to access Ansys on a remote server. In the course, you will see these options on the left, and you have an option called Ansys Online. And if you click on that, it'll open up a new tab in your browser, and it'll show you the options available on the remote server. And this is through Amazon AppStream. And so you need to click on Workbench. Note that it doesn't say Ansys in the name. That has also confused students, but this is the Ansys logo. So click on that and then wait for a couple of minutes or so, and you should see Ansys Workbench in your browser. And I tend to use Google Chrome, and it works quite well with Google Chrome. And let's talk about saving. Once Workbench comes up, we can select File, Save, and click on this PC and temporary file. So it's important to keep in mind that when you're working in Ansys on the remote server, you should save things in the temporary files folder. And I can give it an appropriate name. Let me call it bar_1D, and I will say save. If I go to my applications here, so this option on the upper left shows me the applications available. So if I select File Explorer and go to Temporary Files, I see it's created a WBPJ file and an associated folder and a backup. And the backup will go away when you exit Ansys. And you have to save both of these. Students trip up because they save only this file, and but you have to also save the associated folder. You can get Ansys to zip all of this into one file. So I'll say File, Archive, and here it's saving it in WBPZ format, Z for zip, and I'll say Save. And select the options to save everything, the result, the imported files, etc. The only reason not to do that is to save on data, which, on the file size, which we won't worry about at this point. And I'll say archive. And now if I come back to this, by the way, I can go to this switch windows option here, and that's another way I can switch between windows on the remote server. You see it's created this WBPZ file, Z for zip. And this is all you need to, this has all your data. So before you exit the server, or even periodically, you should download this to your local machine. And you can do that by going to this option, My Files. And I'll go to the temporary files, and it's the Z file that I want to download. So I'll click here and say download. Okay, so now it's on my local machine. This is still, this is showing me on my remote machine. And then if I go to my local machine, so this PC downloads, you see it's downloaded that file. Now if I exit the server, I still have that. So to review, you have to save everything on the temporary files folder on the remote machine. And when you save it, if you say file save, it'll create the J file and the associated folder. And you need the J file as well as the folder. But what we do is, we instead, after a while, or before we exit the server, we say file archive and create the Z file. And now all this is in one file. And we can download that into our local machine. And so what we are going to do is when you download, you are going to transfer this to the local machine. And I have this WBPZ file here. That's what I have over here. Now, when I exit the server or when I get kicked out, all this will go away. So when I launch a new session, my temporary files folder will be empty, and I need to take this WBPZ file and put it in the on the remote machine. So let me do that, show you how to do that. So let me exit out of this. I'll go here, and I will say, I'll say file new, and then I'll go here and I'll delete everything. So this is the state you will be in when you launch a new session. After doing some work, you exited, and then you come back a day later and you don't have anything in the temporary files. So now you need to upload things. So I'll go back to this My Files, temporary files, upload, and I'll say open. And now I have the WBPZ in my temporary files. And so I can go back to Ansys Workbench, and I'll say File, Open. I'm restoring my work from that Z file, and then it'll ask me to save it in the J file format, and I'll save. And so now this J file and the folder has been created from the Z file, and I can just keep saving in it, and at the end of it, I will I'll archive again, and I can overwrite that file, that Z file, for instance, and then download that updated Z file. So I'll say save. Do you want to replace it? Yes. Archive, and then re-download it. So when you do, so you don't need to follow along here. One quick note is that, let's say you have static structural and you start space claim. So right click, when you start space claim, right click new space claim geometry. You'll say starting space claim, and this may take a few moments to come up, or maybe even a minute. And once space claim comes up, I can maximize it, but I can see all my windows over here. Sometimes space claim throws up a dialog box and that gets hidden. So it seems like space claim is not starting up. So I tend to come and look here where this, that dialog box is hidden behind this particular window. So I wanted to mention that. So that should give you enough pointers on using Ansys on the remote machine.